I wanted to kind of talk about a little bit with momentum and how long to focus upon desires and not. I know we want to feel good in it, so that's always sort of the foundation. But I'm sure all of us have had in our life moments where you have a desire, you don't have much resistance to it. Maybe you think about it for 10, 20, 30 seconds, and then you let it go. And you can easily get within minutes, an instant manifestation. And then there's other desires that you have that you feel good about, that are fun for you, and you focus on it, and it hasn't manifested, and you continue to focus, and you continue to focus. And then eventually it manifests. I just got a new car. There was so much getting ready to be ready for that. It wasn't an instant manifestation, and it seemed for that particular desire, that was the trajectory for that. But then there's other desires I have. I don't think much of it, even though I do want it, and it manifests. So how is our attention to our desire playing into either how quickly something comes or not? And how does maybe resistance or no resistance play into that? Because it's like instant manifestation versus something that takes time, but both are satisfying. So I would love clarity on that.
If both of them are satisfying, then you choose. Then you're in such a place of specific way of creating that's as brilliant as it gets in your physicality. Some of those easy, instant manifestations that you talk about, something that you observe, choose, catch the wave, release, and shows to you, can be done for every single desire that you have. But we want to bring to your attention that you do not operate in your physicality desire by desire. You do not operate in a way where you have only one desire that you give full attention. That fulfills in physicality, and you move on, you move on, you move on. You see, this place of releasing, wanting on a particular desire takes you on a discovery of asking so many new questions that then start popping up so many new answers, and this manifestation and that manifestation and this place of satisfaction and this place of satisfaction, and then sooner or later, rather sooner if you're in a place of satisfaction to satisfaction to the satisfaction. In other words, question satisfaction, which is equal as question answer, then you get yourself in that steady place where you're excited about the question answer dance. You're not excited only about answers showing up to you, because you're not in physicality to be seeing a lot of answers and only answers. You're in physicality to see a lot of answers because you're enjoying asking a lot of questions too. So for some of those, it's exciting to see how that gap is and where that gap is, and then allow that discovery of other questions being answered eventually guide you to it. You see, you do not have to design exactly what would be those steps in physicality that lead you to get another question answered, and then another question asked, and then another question answered, and another question asked. It is really about you understanding that you have, from this creation process, you always are, moment by moment even, you always are dancing between question and answer. You always are dancing between comfort and discomfort. You always are dancing between focus and unfocus. You always are dancing between that which a lot of people call even contrast, and that allowing for that to show into your physicality. That's happening at all times, moment by moment, with every particle of the universe. It is in your physicality what dominantly feels like a place where you're at. And are you observing that question-answer dance from dominantly feeling that steadiness of everything that exists, that it's within you, that's within every particle of the universe, and within you as focusing mechanism? Or are you dominantly interacting on a perimeter of yourself? And when you're interacting on a perimeter of yourself, are you aware dominantly of asking questions or dominantly of receiving answers? And that is the dance between the two, within answer, without, or on your perimeter question. Within answer, that is that feedback loop we often try to refer to, that is what you're looking for, to find ease, to find satisfaction, to find joy in the discovery of that. You're not discovering only more and more answers. You're discovering more and more ease with the brilliant, eternal, perpetual question-answer dance in your physicality that gets you to experience more and more thrilling things in physicality, more and more thrilling encounters, communication, interaction with others, and then therefore continue to dance with another question, another answer, another question, another answer, and so for all eternity. This is why you love this physical iteration and every other physical iteration, is because of that. Because in this physicality, you're so focused and unfocused at the same time. You have ability to do everything. You see, from the broader perspective of everything that exists, there is this dominance about unfocused energy, dominance about this answer receiving, dominance about everything that exists, pure positive energy, source, God, divine, whichever way you want to call it. And then in physicality, this everything that exists is focused with you for this question answer dance. And that's why this integration, that's why this integrated, blended experience that you're having is so satisfying to you and every other focusing mechanism.
Wow. Okay, just to add one more thing to that. So then it sounds like in many ways, when you become really clear on the question and you feel that ability to release it, that's when it would be able to show up for you, because you've been able to do the understanding of what it truly is you wanted. Like, I imagine for my car, I kept seeing the question hour go throughout this whole journey, but in other manifestations, when I'm just so clear, ooh, that would be enjoyable, I've said it, I've let it go. There was almost in a way no more asking of me from that desire, whereas something like my car was continuously drawing more from me to have this delicious unfolding. So in a way, it also seems like once you've gotten really clear on the question, that's sort of that release point, as you mentioned, to then just allow it to come, because you've done that aspect from what that journey was supposed to give you.
And you want to have a variety of those. You want to have these experiences that show up to you where you don't even have clarity about what question you asked in order to have that in your physical experience. Those are even more beautiful ones, where your question oftentimes in observation choice, on some of those easier, lighter topics that don't take much of your focused radar, that those observation choice moments where they just show up and you ask yourself, when did I even create this? When did I even receive this? And sometimes you don't even want to have that, because those are so easy to show up within you. And then some of those, as your example of car, the discovery is so exciting, thrilling, that it fires you up to see what other gift box you open up before you open up this bigger gift box of your car. And you want to have it all. You want to mix and match it. You want to play where some of your bigger desires, like car, maybe like your next car, shows up even instantaneously next time, and some of your other, what appears to be smaller topics, you can enjoy and milk discovery more. You see, it's not about who gets there faster and who gets their answers faster and who gets this speed about things. Those are exciting and they can be there, but we also want you to understand that there is no measuring tape in everything that exists aspect for anything. There is no measuring tape even for you in your physicality. If you're really honest about it, there is no other measuring tape but satisfaction. That is the only internal and eternal feeling that comes from one to another physical iteration to you, that keeps you so eager to have more and more and more and more and more and more of it. It is this eternal question answer dance we always come back to, that you're excited about. And then you, from that place of understanding creation and being able to plug into with your physical sensors, with your feeling system, that is the best tool ever that you can have in your physical experience, you can clearly see if your observation choice, if you're dancing between comfort, discomfort, or you caught the momentum of comfort. You observed comfort and chose more comfort, or you observed discomfort and you chose comfort. But every time you catch that, anytime you catch the wave of that choice, it's always a choice of comfort or more comfort. And then Before you go back into observation choice, you want to release it, because once you caught a comfort of that idea that you receive based off of the question, that idea of an answer is that feeling of comfort, and you want to keep that and then release it into more and more of that feeling of ease that will then show you to pull up these curtains and see those gift boxes open.
Thank you so much.
Excellent conversation.